where the quarterback that we talk about the most for America's team, turns out he's got a secret injury. Photographed in Cabo wearing a walking boot.
Oh, he's really trying to keep that secret.
Well, Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News confirmed that, yes, this is Dak Prescott. Yes, he's in Cabo, and yes, he's in a walking boot. Watkins writing that the injury isn't serious, and he's worn the boot for about a week. A foot sprain. Brew, is this something or nothing? You gotta think it's something, since we've made a huge deal about Micah Parsons' podcast and Malik Hooker taking issue with it. Now, Dak Prescott, who's on the last year of his contract, the Cowboys refused to play him, and now he's walking around with an injury. God forbid you did 8 minutes when a piece of tape was on Joe Burrow's calf. How can you let him play? How could you got to sit him down? What? You got to put him on ice.
Can I ask you a question?
Put him in one of those huge things.
At the end of that,
make it cold.
At the end of that pier, was it a football field or was he going on vacation on a boat?
I don't know. One piece of tape was on his calf.
Yeah.
Exactly.
During practice. Not...
The guy is walking around in a walking boot.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Something or nothing?
I think it's nothing. I really do.
I love how Wild's 8 Mile, Brew, and Nick, right? Because he's like, if you say that it's nothing, let me give you all the examples of you saying that this was such a big deal, big deal, big deal. And if you say it's not, you're all a bunch of hypocrites. I love what Wild said there. That was good.
Dude, I think it's nothing.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't know that he's getting paid anyway before the season, right? So I'm not thinking the Cowboys, we were going to give Dak that $60 million a year. I don't think that was happening. I think he's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd like to know how he did it. I'm guessing working out, but I'd like to know how he did it. But look, we saw him come back from serious injury, and they paid him. Yeah, so this little minor thing, though.
I'm sorry,
Wiles.
You're passionate about this.
You think it's huge.
Yes, because I was on Hobble Watch, I'm on Wince Watch, and I'm on Walking Boot Watch.
Okay.
If Patrick Mahomes is in a walking boot, I'm paying attention. Okay. If Josh Allen's in a walking boot, if Aaron Rodgers took off his shoe and was looking at his foot.
He has a severed Achilles tendon.
Well, that was it was the other foot.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. I forgot about that.
And we still thought it was a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm on Walking Boot Watch.
Okay,
and when a guy's in a walking boot, guess what? Front page news.
Okay, so
of Walking Boot Weekly.
I knew you were going to say that. So, but what's the practice, since you're passionate about this? Wilds, for the record, America, wanted us to lead the show with this.
Yeah, America's team on July 4th. Got my editorial.
What's the practical impact?
Nobody knows.
See, so
I don't know. It's got to be wearing.
Right, no.
Certainly, I just saw Tom Brady running around on the beach at Michael Ruin's party. And I saw Micah Parsons running around the beach. If Micah Parsons, tomorrow at the white party, has a nice white outfit on and a walking boot,
yeah,
we're leading the show with
again,
that would be something.
If the answer was, like, Chris Stapps was in a walking boot for an injury that necessitated major surgery.
You're thinking major surgery on the board?
When I first saw him in a walking boot, my eyebrows raised. When I read Calvin Watkins and Ian Rappaport's report that it is a mild foot sprain, then I am no longer concerned.
Right, unless that report is wrong.
Correct.
Then it's not that big of a deal.
Exactly.
I'm not saying it's a huge deal.
No,
you know what's better than a mild foot sprain?
Your
no foot sprain at all.
histrionic said it's a huge deal.
Packers running back, John.
Okay, so that was the end of that clip. But okay, the question is, is it a big deal? It's not a big deal, but it's just more nonsense coming out of the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, they can't even just have their quarterback be healthy. I mean, it's just one thing after the other. Listen, do I think that this will be a big deal for Dak moving forward and contract negotiations, all of that? No, because it's obviously not that bad, unless it is, right? Unless it actually really is, and they're trying to downplay it, and it's a whole nother thing. I think there would be 2 reasons why this could be a bigger deal. One, if it's just kind of like stress related, meaning like it's just from like overuse and just kind of the body's wear and tear and not so much from trauma, that's more concerning. That's always more concerning because that's essentially your body either failing itself or saying, I'm not strong enough in this moment, right? Like there's actually more of a fundamental issue, which is then more concerning moving forward. Or he did something dumb. right? And that's always right. We have so many of these athletes saying like, oh, I sliced my hand like cutting tomatoes, and then you find out like, no, it was something worse than that. He like punched a hole in the wall, like whatever it may be. I'm not saying Dak got into some trouble, but it is always interesting when you don't actually know why. If it was from training, wouldn't have they said, oh, he's dealing with a foot sprain because he rolled his ankle in a workout or something? Like, it feels like it may have been something that was either embarrassing, nefarious, or just completely non-football related altogether. Like, it could have been easy as like he was walking down the stairs and he just rolled his ankle. I mean, like, that happens, right? I mean, like, haven't you ever went and, in the middle of the night trying to get food and you like really like smash your foot on the door or against like the railing, whatever it may be? Like, that stuff happens all the time, even to professional athletes. So it's not the biggest deal. You are getting closer to the season though now, right? Like, we are little by little getting closer and closer and closer, that even these minor injuries can still be something. Again, I don't think it's going to take away from him. I don't think it's the biggest deal, but it is just more noise coming out of the Cowboys locker room, and it's just kind of never ending, right? It really, really is. And so when you add it all up, it just becomes a messier offseason. So again, not the biggest deal, but also not no deal either. So it's just a deal. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think? Do you think this is a big deal? Do you think something's more going on with Dak's sprain? Let me know in the comments below. Whether you agree with me or disagree with me, I read every single comment. So let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of, and I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.